All right, in this video, I'm going to show you how to use text elements and also how to create basic shapes like we did in InDesign, okay? So to start off, you can go to this T here. This is your horizontal type tool. You could either make a text box here and type, or I'm just going to delete that layer. And the nice thing is whatever you type kind of previews itself at the layer here. We can delete that, or you can simply just click and start typing. So we're going to put my initials here. And then just like any object, if you use the move tool, you can move it around, and you can also scale it by using the free transform controls here. So let's go ahead and enlarge that. I'm just going to put my initials here. And then I think that's a good placement for it. And if you would like to change the font color, you just highlight it. You can go to this color swatch here, double click, and you can change it and customize it to whatever color. If you want to use a color that's in the image, you can use the eyedropper. Now to do this, you have to first set up the eyedropper so that it works correctly. So when you click your eyedropper, so let's go back to eyedropper here. We're going to go to sample. Up here at sample, you can sample current layer, current and below, or all layers. So we're going to go all layers. And then we're going to go ahead and go back to the T here, okay? Now, when we double click this, notice when you double click here and we hover over the picture, the eyedropper appears automatically. So I can grab a red from the cardinal. I could grab a blue from the sky, or a black maybe from my shirt, orange from the monarch butterfly. I think I'm going to go for red. I think the blue looks nice too, but I think red's the better contrast here, or like an orangey red. That's good. I'm going to hit OK. So that was basically how to use the text tool, and also how to change the color. Now, with any object, again, you can change a different layer settings here, play around with it. I think I like the linear burn here. That's good. Now we're going to learn how to make a basic form, or shape rather. Again, just like in InDesign, we have them right here. Rectangular tool, we're going to go with the ellipse tool here. I'm going to hold down Shift to make a perfect circle. Just like before, the shape details here, we have the fill here. We're going to have the fill with none. We're going to put a stroke on here though. And we're going to put a white stroke. And notice you can't see anything right now because there's no thickness selected. So we're going to do like 5 here. And I think that looks good. All right. Now I can move this around. That looks good right there. Maybe a little bit darker. Now, if you wanted to adjust it, you just simply double click this, or my bad, you're going to go back to the ellipse tool, and all of your settings for that particular shape is right there, and you can adjust this in real time. So you can always adjust things that you set, especially with these basic forms or shapes. Okay, and then remember, you can move this up and down. I'll put it behind stuff, depending on wherever that layer is, okay? So you can set it behind or in front. I think I'm gonna put it in front here. Also set it and give it a layer setting here, like a screen overlay. The overlay looks kind of dope. There you go. Or another thing you can do too, you can layer mask this, and when we can brush away, the parts that here, so that it looks like the H is overlapping it, or that it cuts behind the front part of the H here. That's another cool little design element you could do, something like that. You could also put this butterfly in front here like that too. That works as well. Cool. All right, that gives you a little bit more control as to what is overlapped and what isn't overlapped. So I'm gonna up this a little bit here. Actually move this to the foreground. There. There, looks pretty cool. Maybe brush away this part right here. Yeah, so feel free to do whatever you like with this. Again, if you want to do the layer masking, creating this sense of overlap, definitely do that too, like I'm doing right now. That looks pretty cool. All right, now, if you wanted to duplicate this, you can simply just duplicate layer, hit OK. You could turn off, delete this layer mask or disable it, delete the layer mask. And now I have a full circle again. Move this around. Now I can scale it down. Just like any other object, okay? That's pretty cool there. You could also hold Alt and Shift. That will also duplicate automatically. Alt and Shift. There you go. You have to be in your Move tool though to do that. All right, and then one thing we didn't talk about, was giving your layer blending options. So if we pick this butterfly here, I could actually put a drop shadow here if I wanted to. So go to blending options here. There's a drop shadow option here as well. You can do this to almost any layer. So that's another option that we didn't really talk about, but you can definitely do that to all your objects, okay? Then go ahead and save this, and you guys are gonna export as a JPEG. So, and I believe you saw how to do that already. Hit export and upload that. And make sure you upload that to the classroom.